And it stood to us, to be fair, but we pulled away anyway and then, thank God.
That's good. And Mairead, today you just said there it's probably nicer to win like this, nicer to win tough than it is, winning easily. But the Rovers played fantastically.
Yeah, they're like, I've been playing against them for 4 or 5 years now, and I've never seen a team that them put out a team as good as that one there.
Yeah.
And I just have to give a shout out to the two Murray girls, Kira and Bridget Murray. They are like blood, sweat, and tears rovers, and you can tell on the field. Ava as well, and then a couple of the Irish girls, Aoife McDowell, like just such a good footballer. So it's a credit to them, and like it's really nice to see a club like that going up.
Absolutely, yeah. So you're looking forward now to the North Americans in Denver.
Yeah.
Sive, looking forward to that, I'm sure.
Yeah, because I suppose it's different when last year I was here and it was we hosted it, so it's nice to get to travel this year and experience a new place.
Absolutely, and Denver, Mile High City. Yeah. It's going to be, and you might even have the pleasure of Nicholas's company.
I don't know about that. Yeah, we're on tour. Sive, a great second half. It was absolutely some fantastic scoring in the second half.
Thank you. Yeah, I suppose we just kind of had to stand up in the second half. We were all a bit, the nerves showed in the first half. And I suppose we just calmed down a bit and just took our points, because in times the goals wasn't really on today, so we just took the points and we pulled away then.
Great performance. And we have the Messi here of women's football.
Of ladies football.
Absolutely. You stride like a thoroughbred through the field. Seriously, unbelievable. I have a question for you, though. About 2 weeks ago, I was in a little bar in Chicago, and there was a conversation between the centre forward for the Bridges and the Rovers. Did you win the battle today between yourself and Tara Walsh?
I wasn't on her, but thank God, because she would probably rinse me up and down. Number 10. No, she's some footballer though, and like she is one of the nicest girls I've ever met, and she is so humble as well. So. Yeah, it was a good battle. I think we put Jenna on her in the second half and just have Jenna run up and down the field. They were like, and she did a really good job. But yeah, Tara's a very good footballer.
It's a fine performance by Tara. Well, congratulations, ladies. We'll let you back to the celebrations.
Thank you.
We might see you some part of the night.
We might see you later on. All right, ladies. Thanks a million and congratulations again. Well done. Well done.
Cheers.
Congrats. All right, there you go, folks. Two of the really top footballers for the Bridgets and indeed in Chicago this year. Sive O'Leary from Cork and Mairead Ruan from here in Chicago. The two really fantastic players and really stood up in the second half there to give a really top performance and give their team a big dig out when they needed it.
And congratulations to John Bridges for again winning it. And I'd say this one will be more enjoyable because it was competitive and
they had to fight for it.
They had to fight for it, exactly.
Yeah,
so
for sure and certain.
Get out that credit card, John.
We're going down pitch side, folks. So give us a couple of minutes, and we're going to do a little piece from pitch side. So we'll be back in 2 minutes. Thank you. official.
Tommy Dolan. He's Jesus Christ, his name. Jimmy Cooney's nephew. What's his name? Acro, is it? That's his nephew, right? Acro, that was out here. Acro Kelly. Is he a nephew of Jimmy Cooney's? Right? Acro, he was out here. Acro Kelly from fucking Sarsfield.
Here, come on, we better do this because the next we're running out of time.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to go and get the crowd, go out here, get us?
I wanted to say something there.
So we should get the crowd back behind us. Mike, come out here.
Will you give a shout out to Karen Murphy and all them?
Well, we can do that. We can do that upstairs, but this won't last long because we won't have much time.
I'm doing the video. 1 second, Quinn. She's saying.
Make sure your mic.
All right.
All right, folks, we're down here pitch side. I'm delighted to be joined by Alan Coyle, Doc, Gerard Doherty, Michael Levy, all the way in from New York, and Nicky, of course, my side team. Lads, it's a great day. Congrats first on the win, Alan. The McBride's a great performance.
Thanks, yeah. It was good. It was nice to get the way after just a quick week last week. It was good. Thanks for having us on also.
Yeah, absolute pleasure. We're facing into a very competitive senior final. What do the Tones have to do, do you think, to win this?
It's come down to the kick of a ball here. I think Pearce is very strong last week. They got it together when it mattered. I think the Offaly lads have if the Offaly lads kick to the Pearces today, I think the Tones are going to have a hard job. But I still think it's going to be very, very close. I have to say I think the Pearces are probably slight favourites.
They have to perform right as an ex-Tones player. I know the Tones will be up for this for sure, and so will the Pearces. How do you sense, since you've been back in the town, how do you sense the mood in the town?
I think just being down in the dressing room today, they're all ready to go. They've had a good year this far. I think actually probably the best thing that happened to them was last week, 2 weeks ago, when they lost the Pearces. They were up 9 points, they had 1 point.
So you captain the last time you won?
Yeah. New York's good. That's it. Yeah, we're going New York.
I don't know how you make money down there. Bears open until 5 in the morning and open again at 7 the next morning. The Lord save it. You nearly killed me the last time I was in it. It's going to be a cracking game, I think.
Yeah, I think it is. Right at Rabbit, so I don't think it's going to be tough. It's a very evenly matched, very physical teams, and conditions are a little wet areas. It's right up a little bit now, so hopefully it's a good game of football.
And actually the sun has come out, and the crowds are out, so the scene is set for a really great encounter.
Yeah, everything is going to plan so far anyway. Maybe the leg pipers are practicing on the back there, so they get to know them.
That's right.
You're on about Mike, who's the captain of the team, the last time he beat us by a point in the final.
That's right. Yeah.
That's when there was a point and it was given wide. I remember that too. It's down this goal here.
The rivalry still goes on.
We haven't forgotten that one.
It's a friendly rivalry.
Yeah, well, we'll be back out here at half time again, lads, and it's great to get your insights into it. We're about to go with the national anthem, so we'll make way for the teams and get underway. So we'll see you back at half time. So it proves we're waiting on a very exciting game of football, folks. I'm sure it's going to live up to the billing. So we'll be back in the booth in 1 minute, and thanks for joining us.
Quinn is impartial. He's not any side of the fence.
No.
So just.
Huh? Scruffy is going parachuting in today. All right, folks, we'll be back in 2 minutes.
Alan.
Thank you. Thanks. Do you know, we might leave them straight down there, and it'll be easier then for half.
Somebody will strangle themselves.
live in Calp, Spain. So there, you're on the TV in Spain. Karen Murphy's in Spain.
Welcome back, folks, and we're back in the booth, back up from the sidelines. So looking out here on a beautiful sunny afternoon, early evening here in Chicago, in Oak Forest, south side of Chicago, and we're here at the just at the preamble to the main event, the senior game between the Wolf Tones and the Pádraig Pearses. The Wolf Tones in their traditional blue, and the Pearses in their green and white strip. So looking forward to a really exciting final here, and I see Ultan Herney, Callum Fahy, two Roscommon boys, Jack Duggan, of course his father Derek is in town, and special mention to Rory Orford's parents who were in from San Francisco, and hope to meet them later on. And a shout out here to Rory Convery. They're watching, Rory and a bunch of them are watching in Spain, in Calpe, in Spain, in Pádraig, at Pádraig Maguire's wedding. So a big shout out to Pádraig and Michaela Maguire, who got married,
Karen
and
Murphy.
the best of luck to them.
Karen Murphy's there too.
Also Karen Murphy.
She sent us a lovely photograph.
Fair play to Karen. I'll be just myself and Nicky up on the big screen in Spain.
The only time I ever got, I'm in Spain. Oh, yeah, that's the first time ever.
Yeah, Jesus, you should be in jail, you bastard. But anyway, big shout out anyways. Congrats to Pádraig and Michaela, and the very best of luck for the future. And hello to Rory. Don't drink too much of that Spanish beer. I'm sure who cares, you may as well go over the top and drink it out of it. So enjoy yourselves, folks, in Spain. Have a great time, and sit back and enjoy what's surely going to be a really enthralling senior men's final here in Gaelic Park in Chicago, as we...
A shout out to Steve Fahy as well, who's here doing photography, and his son Callum is playing.
Yeah, big game for him today.
You can go back on and get on again.
So we're back again, and welcome to everybody in Spain.
Yeah,
Have an old
and
shot for us there.
welcome everybody
Karen
in...
Murphy, you're a legend.
Yeah, hello to Karen. Welcome to everybody in Ireland as well. I know there's quite a few people tuning in all across the country. Ex-players and people who have visited, and all my own family at home, all the Quins. So big shout out to the Quins on the Mylands, all checking in tonight, and I'm sure Nicky, some of your family, Tommy and Kevin, I'm sure Kevin Glenn.
Tommy, Kevin and Katie are driving back from Mullingar, where the All-Ireland flyer was today, so they were leaving at 11 o'clock and they were going to listen to or watch it on the phone. So
Good for
shout
them.
out, be safe driving.
Yeah, be safe driving is right. Fair play to Kevin and Tommy. They came down and seen me one night in Castle Plunket.
And you were late again, an hour and a half later you arrived.
Yeah, there's nothing like being punctual, Nicky. I'd know nothing about it. So then the parade is underway as the Piper leads the two teams around the field, and big contingent over on the far side.
Great atmosphere here this evening. It's
Great
like
atmosphere.
an All-Ireland final.
Yeah, there is a great atmosphere. It's
Not that you know anything about All-Ireland finals going on, in fairness, but that's just throwing it out there.
So then the teams are breaking away from the parade and making their way towards the centre of the field as we get ready for our national anthems. And Maggie Murphy is going singing for us.
Maggie of the Dirty Wellies, of course. A band I haven't hired yet, but hopefully in the future.
Yeah, Rory Convery just texted me again to give a shout out to all the staff in that bar in Calpe in Spain. So God help you is all I can say if you're trying to serve all them hounds with beer. But it's going to be a challenge for you. But I'm sure you'll step up to the plate.
Shena fina fall a toff we galligerin wind our slew our chain on nothing wrong and nocta him savarna vial legian legel hun bash no sel legona shrek lilon of napiler sholiv kani haron navin. Oh, say, can you see the dawn's early light? What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. Oh, say
Maggie O'Callaghan,
Yep.
Murphy O'Callaghan.
Great stuff is right.
Shout out to
And
Vinny there, the husband, a kind of a good legend, good Kerry footballer
Yes.
in his day.
Great character, Vinny O'Callaghan. And Tom Flannery there on the buggy. He's going to be taking down his...
Is this the referee that's using the buggy or what?
it should be, maybe.
Who's the referee? Oh, Delaney's back
Delaney,
again.
third game in a row. He's going to be stiff and sore tonight, boys.
He doesn't, I know.
Shout out to Martin Morrissey. He's after landing this morning in Dublin and he's on his way to the west of Ireland. I know he's tuned in on his phone listening to us, so have a great trip, Martin, and hope all the family are well at home and have a great time. Enjoy yourselves, and I know you're hoping for the Tones win. Big Tones man, of course, so enjoy your trip to the west.
Give Jumbo a call there, wake him up in case he fell asleep.
Yeah,
watching.
just in case.
Well, he
Jumbo
shouldn't have fallen asleep because they were great games so far. So
absolutely.
Just in case, like.
Yeah, big shout out. Hopefully Jumbo and Eileen and Nicola and all the girls, Kevin, hopefully are all tuned in.
The 5 people from Tulsa that's listening to you, Quinn.
That's right. Yeah.
Plus family.
It's like when I ran for election, I didn't even get, I don't know if I got my own vote.
You probably never voted, you forgot. Stuck in the pub in Tulsa.
Yeah, stuck in the post. So then, the scene is set, folks, for one of the most eagerly awaited men's senior finals in many years. 2 very evenly matched teams, the Tones and the Pierces. They played out a draw here 2 weeks ago, a game in which the Tones led at one stage by 9 points, and the Pierces found their way back through 2 second half goals into that game. So it's all set up for a very, very exciting and enthralling senior men's final between the Pádraig Pierces in the green and white and the Wolf Tones in the blue.
I don't think the camera gives the credit to the amount of people that's from the Pierces this side of the stands are absolutely packed. It's just that we're on the same side of the field as the actual.
Yeah.
There's a big crowd here from the north side, and fair play to them for.
A lot of people, there's a lot of people
the
down.
Tones, but the other side are beginning to come in, so straggling in a bit late, but they're beginning to fill up.
Yeah, the good support for both teams, no doubt about it. So, here we go, folks. This is the main event.
The two Ultons are midfield.
Only
two Ultons that plays county football in Ireland. There's one for the
Ulton Kelm and Ulton Harney.
There's one for the stats.
One for the record books. Peter McDade facing up with Ulton Harney from Roscommon. And I think Martin Breheny will have his hands full in this one.
Even Martin Delaney will.
It's starting,
Martin Breheny will right
already in the middle of the field between the two midfielders. Yeah, and the referee, Martin Delaney, is going to have his hands full here.
I watched many games. I never seen a row starting before the game.
Yeah. So we're ready for off at the second attempt. As they say in the races, the white flag is raised. And it's up, and the game is on. And here comes Ulton Kelm straight away for the Tones. Into it. Gets the ball in the middle of the field. Takes on two of them. Beats them. Gets the ball away there. And it comes out this side of the field to Kieran Keehan. And it's back to Ulton Harney once again. Harney now gives it back to Ronan Orford. Ronan Orford, the man from San Fran. Gives it off to
the mother sees you, Quinn.
I know. Ulton Kelm settles it all down all the way over to Jay Crispin. Jay Crispin then, small in stature but very big in heart, gives it off to another man with Tulse connections, Rory Flynn. Rory gives a nice bouncing ball in towards Charlie McGill. McGill gives it back to Ulton Kelm. Kelm now with the ball. Gives a low ball but well held there, and it gives it into Rory. Rory gives it to Jack Duggan. Duggan through on goal, and it's gone out wide.
The goalkeeper
just
there
gone wide there.
The goalkeeper threw a punch there on Duggan. He'd be lucky to get away with a yellow card there. He got away with it, actually.
He got away with it, yeah. So, Charlie McGill with the chance early on there. Cormac Sutton with the kick out then. Kicks it short to James McCarthy from Kerry. There's a low ball in towards the full forward line there, but it's dealt with the Tones. Ronan Orford once again. But it's dropped there by Rory Flynn, and it's going to be an advantage to the Pierces as it comes out on this side of the field to Jack Bryant. Bryant kicks it in, kicks it over the bar, and that's the first point of the game for the Pierces.
Jack Bryant is an Offaly, was played in the in the league, played in the championship for Offaly this year.
Yeah,
fine footballer.
Fine footballer is right. Played really well a couple of weeks ago. And last week. And here comes the Tones. And Niall Sharkey takes on and goes off on a run like an absolute hare, gets it inside. And this one is kicked in, kicked high and kicked over the bar by Charlie Keenan.
That's a great score by Charlie.
It's a good response by the Tones. It's a point apiece. And straight away, it's all systems go here. It's all out attack, Nicky. It's no hiding place. No place for the faint-hearted out there on that field, that's for sure. Cormac Sutton
for this one.
With the kick out. Jay Crispin tries to get it, but it goes past him. And Kevin Coakley gets the ball, and is adjudged to have picked it off the ground. But free is quickly taken by Jack Duggan. Jack Duggan gets it inside to Declan Kelly. Declan Kelly now looks inside for support. Gets it to Charlie McGill. Charlie McGill gets it onto that left foot. And that swung beautifully in and swung over the bar for Charlie McGill. And the Tones lead by 2-1 here in Chicago Gaelic Park.
Excellent score there by Charlie. Excellent score.
Great score and a great start to this game. It's really, really hot stuff here. It's hard hitting and it's all action. Paddy Hughes gets the kick out, kicks it long down towards Kieran O'Mahony. Kieran O'Mahony with 10 on his back. He had a great game here 2 weeks ago. Gives it off to Petey McDade. Petey McDade back to O'Mahony again. O'Mahony faced up there by Rory Flynn. Gives it back to Petey McDade. Gets it out on the far side to Kevin Coakley. Coakley, and that's kicked in high, and it's drifted out to the right, and it's gone wide. I think that's the first wide of the game for the Pearses. And certainly it's an explosive start here, Nicky.
Started off a very well, it was lively before the start, and now it's continued on. It's great game so far. So far, so good.
Out it comes. Ronan Grimes with the ball. Tackled here by Bryant. Gives it off to Callum Fahy. Callum Fahy from Tulse gives it to his county man Ultan Herney. Ultan Herney from Kiltoom for St. Clonagale, I should say. Gets it in to Declan Kelly. Declan Kelly goes on the fake, goes right across this field, looks for support. Jack Duggan is on that far sideline, but he opts for Ultan Kelm. Ultan Kelm now, the Fermanagh man, turns around, looks for support, gets it. Jake Crispin. Jake in the middle of the field, gives it back to Callum Fahy. Callum Fahy back to Jake Crispin. Back again to Ultan Herney, the number 8. He cools everything down, nice and easy, takes his time, gives it across the field to Ronan Orford. Orford now looks for a man inside, sees Charlie McGill. Charlie McGill trying to get it back on that left foot again. Ops back for Orford. Orford goes all the way back to his midfielder, Ultan Herney. Herney now looks across the field, sees Callum Fahy. Callum Fahy now, a little chip hand pass to Ultan Kelm. Back to Fahy again. Fahy goes into contact, gets away from his man, makes space for himself off his right foot, and the Tulse man puts it in and puts it over the bar. A great score.
I hope his dad took a photograph of that because he's doing the photography. That was an excellent score.
That was a great score, absolutely.
Probably the most improved footballer all year since he started from the start of the year.
Absolutely. It was
your tutelage when he was living with you for a month.
Right.
I think you worked on his right foot and his left foot.
Yeah, absolutely. Here come the Pearses though. Dermot Hannafin gives it in, but once again it's cut out by that mean defence of the Tones, and Jake Crispin comes away with it. Great anticipation there by Ronan Grimes in the Tones defence. It comes back to Ultan Kelm. Kelm now, the Fermanagh man, looks up, solos left and right, cuts in on his left side, faced up there by two Pearses defenders, decides to go back to Jake Crispin. Crispin on his outside, gives it out to Charlie McGill. Charlie McGill, the number 12, with the big white gum shield, looks around, looks for space. He looks into the sun, and he'll see Ronan Flynn out on this side of the field. Rory Flynn, with Tulse connections, playing for the Tones this year, gives it to Ultan Herney. Herney gives it into Declan Kelly. Declan Kelly now looks up, sees a man free inside him, Kieran Keenan. Keenan now back again to Herney. Herney solos the ball. Nice and easy, cool as you like, comes across, looks for support, gets it. Jake Crispin makes himself available, and then it comes out along the side to Ronan Orford. Orford now, a low ball in, and a free out is given by the referee there. There must have been a bit of pulling off the ball, and a free is given against the Tones there, so it's going to be a free out to the Pearses. Cormac Sutton out to Petey McDade. McDade now out on the far sideline, looks around, attended to there by Kieran Keenan. The ball goes back to Conor Dorn. Dorn to Johnny McCarthy. McCarthy comes forward, looks for Kieran O'Mahony. O'Mahony out this side of the field here to Dermot Hannafin. Hannafin gets inside his man, gives a low ball in towards Jack Bryant. Bryant, the Offaly man, now faced up by Ronan Grimes. Grimes back out this side of the field to Bill Carroll, and Carroll kicks it in and kicks it over the bar. That's a great score for the Pearses.
That's an excellent score. That's another, and I'm not from Offaly myself, but that's another great score there by an Offaly footballer.
Yeah.
Won under 20 about 2 years ago with Offaly. A fine score by the Pearses man.
Great score by the Pearses man is right. So then
another Offaly man kicking out the ball for the Tones.
Patrick Dunnigan kicks it out the far side out towards Ultan Kelm. Goes for the mark, and he gets the mark. Referee gives it to him. He gives a long ball down towards Declan Kelly. Declan Kelly with Jack Duggan running on his shoulder. Jack Duggan, the big, tall, strong Longford man, well, from Longford, father from Roscommon, tries to get inside his man. He's fouled, and it's going to be a free into the Tones here. In fact, he had initially given the free. I thought he was given advantage, but then he gives a free against Jack Duggan for over carrying the ball. So it's a free out to the Pearses, and it's taken quickly. And Petey McDade back there in his own defence, and gets the ball out towards Conor Dorn. Dorn takes the ball at pace past Ultan Harney and goes straight through the middle of this Tones defence, faced up by Jay Crispin. Out this side of the field to Dermot Hannafin. Hannafin now tries to cut inside and gets round his man, but he's pulled back, and it's going to be a free in to the Pierces, and this will surely tie up the game at 3 points apiece. It's 90 mile an hour, Nicky.
It's absolutely rip roaring at the moment, and it's a great start to the game. We had great games before this, but I think this is unbelievable so far.
Yeah, the energy and the intensity of this game is incredible. It's really Crow Park stuff.
Well out there to win the more than myself,
no. I think I'm well past that, as that free is.
I don't think you ever got to that. No, mine past it.
That free is kicked in and kicked over the bar, and indeed we're tied up at 3 points apiece after about 7 or 8 minutes of this very entertaining senior men's final.
9 minutes gone in the game.
Ball is passed back to Patrick Dunnigan, and it comes back again to Niall Sharkey. Sharkey, the full back, out to Jake Rispin. Rispin gets it away over the far side to Ronan Orford. Orford now space at a real premium there. Ultan Harney foul, pulled and dragged by Petey McDade, and it's a free down to the Tones. Ultan Harney takes it quickly. Out to Jake Rispin. Rispin back to Harney once again. Harney, as cool as you like, faces Petey McDade, tries to go around him, goes in between two defenders, gets the ball to his midfield part to Ultan Kelm. Kelm back to Rory. Yeah, there's a foul there on.
A quick shout out to Michelle, our bartender at Lanigan's tonight. She's watching on Facebook, so a shout out to Michelle. And Quinn is actually sweating now, so it's back to the play.
Oh my God! Yeah, hello to Michelle. Michelle, great old character. We'll be seeing you later in Lanigan's. But the Pierces break up that attack, and it's gone back out to the goalkeeper Cormac Sutton. Sutton gets it away to Johnny McCarthy, and eventually it comes to the full back Conor Dorn. Dorn. Back it goes to Shane Fleming. Fleming at centre back today, gives it off to Kevin Coakley. Coakley now over to Petey McDade, and Bill Carroll is over there as well. And the Pierces decide to just play keep ball here. But Conor Dorn looks for the runner, and Johnny McCarthy goes forward, is fouled. Advantage being played, dangerous ball in, but a great catch there by Niall Sharkey, and the referee decides that no advantage was accruing there, and it's going to be a free in to the Pierces. And a free in, and it's going to be taken by the Offaly man Bill Carroll. So Carroll will take this off the deck.
Offaly are actually looking for a new manager this year. Next year, Quinn, would you be interested in that gig?
Oh yeah, I can see myself flying over, and that one is flying high to the right and wide. Yeah, Offaly are a up and coming team.
Had a bit of tragedy earlier on in the year there, but the manager passing away, so it's good to see them. It's
good to see them bounce back for sure. And Patrick Dunnigan with the kick out. Out it comes, out towards Ultan Harney, and it's going to be a line ball down to the Tones, and it's taken quickly over there, and it comes to Ronan Orford. Orford to Callum Fahy. Ultan Harney in the middle of the field. Ultan's parents are out to watch this final today, so welcome to the Harneys all the way from Clonagale in Roscommon. Ball comes back to Ultan Kelm, the Fermanagh man, gets the ball back to Charlie McGill. McGill now to Callum Fahy. Fahy to Declan Kelly. Declan Kelly faced up by two defenders and swallowed up, and it's going to be a free out to the Pierces. And the Pierces are tackling like lions back in defence, Nicky.
They are actually. It's very good defensive performance. I have to do another shout out there to Michael Conroy from the Parnells. He's back in Tyrone watching the game. 1.5, so he has no half this time, but
yeah. Changed hands. It's going to be a free down. And goalkeeper is off his line just for the moment. And Ultan Harney is making ground through the centre here, attacking. And it gets on. It gets back to Ultan Kelm. Ultan Kelm tries to break inside. And a right-footed shot. And
That's
straight
an
over the
excellent
bar.
score.
That's a great score, yeah. He had to make a lot of space for himself there, and he
He showed his county class there, in fairness.
he sure did.
Custard, you haven't mentioned the.
No, we got
He's
Custard.
affectionately known as Custard.
Custard to his friends and family. Custard is right. Custard is a fair operator.
A very
So-
good, a good character, in fairness to him.
Martin Delaney has spotted something here, and having a word with Callum Fahey. Mark and Johnny McCarthy today. Short kick out there, and this is dangerous for the Pierces because the tones are onto it like a flash. Charlie McGill is over there. He gets the ball back to Callum Fahey. Fahey back to Declan Kelly. Kelly, Tolton Harney. Harney now looks to go on a run. Gets the return pass. Back from Fahey, left-footed, high up into the air. Dropping down into the parallelogram, and Cormac Sutton comes out and deals with it and gets the ball away. And the Pierces deal with that. Shane Fleming gets the ball up as far as Kieran O'Mahony. Kieran O'Mahony now turns, faces up towards goal, looks for runners in front of him. Nothing appearing as yet. Jack Bryant looks for the ball but won't get it. Ball goes back instead to Dermot Hanifin. Hanifin out the far side of the field to Kevin Coakley. Coakley now over the far corner it goes, and over there it's Colin O'Reilly. O'Reilly now from Leitrim. The Leitrim man faced up by Niall Sharkey, and Sharkey gets the better of him, and it's a great bit of tackling there by the defender, and wins a free for himself, and it's a free out. And Ulton Harney is back there in defence, about to take the free, and takes it across to Callum Fahey. Fahey now from Tulsk gives it out to the Offaly man, Patrick Donegan. Patrick crosses the halfway line, gives a fisted pass down along to Rory Flynn. Rory Flynn gives a low pass in towards Charlie Keenan. Charlie now faced up once again by two defenders, and they eventually foul Charlie. Charlie goes to ground, and it's a free in for the Tones, and this looks like it's going to be a 2-point margin, Nicky, after Jack Duggan kicks this.
It's a very, very close game. There's nothing between them. Just, as they say, a kick of the ball. How many minutes there, Aaron? It's 15 minutes gone, so a very exciting first 15 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely flew by, and it's a sign of a good game when you don't find the time passing. Jack Duggan kicks it right-footed, straight over the bar, pretty much like his dad would have done back in the day. I remember that free he kicked, Nicky, back in 1990.
And what about the famous goal?
And the famous goal above in Crow Park, where I came down about 19 rows on the top of my head from the top of Hill 16 to the bottom.
We had Derek here earlier. I never seen you as excited.
Oh, yeah. Dermot Hanifin with a brilliant catch in the middle of the field. And off he goes on a run, soloing down straight through the heart of the defence off to Bill Carroll. Bill Carroll through on goal, and just over the bar there. They breached that Tones defence, and Carroll got his shot away. And
the standard of football today is unbelievable.
It is excellent across all codes. We had a great intermediate game. We had a great hurling game, in fairness, in the beginning, which was televised, but we didn't do the commentary. Great intermediate match, a wonderful ladies match, and so far this is outstanding football from both teams. So Patrick Donegan with the kick out, takes it short to Ronan Grimes, the number 4 for the Tones. Looks up, doesn't see anyone in front of him, goes back to Jay Crispin. Crispin now looks for a gap in that defence. Sees Patrick Donegan coming at speed and tackled hard there. And that's a hard tackle, and certainly the number 5 felt that one, James McCarthy. Oh yes, Nicky, that's a woeful sound. Oh, that's a dodgy pass right across the field, and Ronan Flynn will do well, and he done well to get it. Callum Fahey is there, takes the ball on, gets it to Ronan Orford, back to Rory Flynn. Rory Flynn from Leakslip. Father, of course, and myself played football together, and his uncle Sean.
You played football?
David, his father, I did, and I was a cracker for about 6 days.
I'd say you were eating crackers.
Anyway, here comes Custard. Custard breaking through here, right-footed. Beautiful score there from Custard. Straight over the bar. Classy player, this fella. Beautiful score, and puts it out to a 2-point game, 6 points to 4.
He played Tailteann Cup early on the year for Fermanagh. He's been in the Fermanagh team for the last 6 or 7 years. So.
Yeah.
But he's shown his class here today, in fairness.
He sure is. So Dermot Hanifin are back in his own defence.
Aaron is raiding the fridge again.
I'm on the low carb diet today. It's all high noons.
Well, you usually don't get up till noon anyway, so I mean, that's probably...
Over the far side, Kevin Coakley there trying to make a nuisance of himself, but the ball breaks back to Bill Carroll. Bill Carroll shoots on sight, and that's straight over the bar. This fella is absolutely deadly.
Absolute. There's some excellent scores here today. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's 6 points each with the way they're scoring. I mean,
Yeah, well, 6 points to 5.
sorry, I'm blind.
But once again, the breeze is favouring the Pierces in this first half, as you can see from the flags down on the scoreboard end. Kick out quickly taken. Niall Sharkey makes himself available, and he's away on his bike. He's gaining yards. He's looking for support. Running down into that Pierce's defence. He's tackled hard and tackled unfairly, and it's a free in to the Wolf Tones. And Callum Fahy goes over there, and the referee says maybe bring it forward for a bit of dissent. I'm not sure.
Another fine footballer,
Sharkey is a fine footballer.
He's a raiding fullback, in fairness.
He's
another Tailteann Cup player this year for Longford.
Made a great start today, and it's Charlie McGill over there with the left foot, looking to extend the Tones lead. Kicks it in, and straight over the bar. McGill obliges and puts it out to another 2-point game, 7 points to 5.
The pitch has held up very well for all the rain we had for the last 24 hours.
Absolutely, it's in great shape considering the amount of water it took over the last 24 hours. Is right. Ball is kicked out. Jake Crispin makes an error there in the middle of the field, and Petey McDade roots it out and gets it back to Kevin Coakley. Pierces win a ball there that they probably shouldn't have won, but here comes Bryant now in along the end line, faced up by Ronan Grimes. Bryant though, off the post, an absolute haymaker there. It bounces out kindly for Dermot Hannafin, and Hannafin chips it high and chips it in over the bar, and it's a point back for the Pierces, 7 points to 6. Bryant is deadly.
That was a very, very close to being a goal.
Yeah.
Both these teams, both sets of forwards seem to be on the...
Kick out taken out towards Custard. Bill Carroll goes up and claims it. Ball is kicked in though, and it's in towards Colm O'Reilly. O'Reilly now kicks it in and over the bar.
I think Riley was injured in last year's final, was he?
Yeah, he got a serious knee injury in last year's final, and he was out for 6 or 8 months, but he's made a great recovery and he's back, better than ever obviously. So then 7 points apiece, can't be separated.
Shout out there to Paul O'Reilly from the Embassy pub down the town there, boss.
Yeah.
How's it going, boss?
Yeah, Paul O'Reilly, a great old character, a great friend of ours, that's for sure, and a great bear down there. If you're ever in Chicago, go to the Embassy for a drink, and it's going to be a throw ball here. Olton Harney went in with Petey McDade there, and
a little bit of a cold breeze.
Yeah, it's
like a day
it's chilled down a little bit, yeah. But the breeze has definitely picked up the last few minutes, and favouring, as I said, the Pierces in this first half, blowing from the patio end down towards the scoreboard end.
21 minutes gone there.
21 minutes gone, and the ball breaks for Ulton Kelm from Fermanagh. The Fermanagh man, Custard, gives it a poor ball down. It went off the outside of his right foot, and it's gone out over the sideline, and it's gone for a line ball to the Pierces.
Jack Duggan hasn't been in the game so far.
Not really,
he's been
no.
in and out of it, but he hasn't.
No,
he hasn't had his usual influence.
Yeah, he's been closely marked though and closely attended. Bill Carroll, low ball in towards his county man Jack Bryan, but a brilliant tackle there by Jake Rispin, or Callum Fahy, I think it might have been actually. But anyway, the Tones defence deal with it, and it's Ulton Harney coming out with the ball. He's looking for runners, nothing as yet. He sees Declan Kelly in the middle of the field, gets it back to Ulton Harney. Harney out this side of the field towards Rory Flynn. Rory Flynn now looking up, and he sees Charlie McGill. McGill with the number 12 on his back to Rory Flynn. Flynn now with that short haircut of his looks up, looks for support, sees Charlie McGill once again. McGill sells a dummy, gets it onto that left foot, curls it in, curls it high, and it's caught just under the crossbar by Cormac Sutton. Great bit of goalkeeping there by the goalkeeper. The wind again, I think, just caught that, Nicky. That probably would have gone over the bar except for the wind.
Exactly.
Here comes Kieran O'Mahony. Kieran O'Mahony now gives it over to Paddy Hughes. Paddy Hughes now looks inside for Jack Bryant. Bryant now looks dangerous anytime he gets the ball. Gives the ball right across the field here to Johnny McCarthy. McCarthy back as far as Dermot Hanifin. Hanifin back to Bill Carroll. Bill Carroll from Offaly. Tackled there in the middle of the field by Charlie McGill, but Carroll manages to evade all tackles. This one is kicked in and it goes out to the left and it goes wide.
This is the cliche, but he made an awful shy to that one, in fairness.
He did, no.
He should have kicked it over.
You'd expect him to kick that one the way he was kicking the rest of them, but it just
Colin
shows.
Megan, the linesman there running up or walking up and down.
Yeah, Colin, an old stalwart out here in Gaelic Park. So, Patrick Dunnigan kicks out the ball.
Goes
out
long.
with it, goes long, and it's caught there in the middle by Petey McDade. Calls for the mark and he gets it. Some great fielding, in fairness, by some of the Pierce's boys the last few minutes. The ball
They're
goes
definitely
out.
up for the game, there's no doubt about that.
Johnny McCarthy over there at the far side of the field gives it back to Shane Fleming. Fleming now faced by Declan Kelly, and Declan Kelly adjudged to have tackled him too high, and it's a foul, and it's going to be a free down to the Pierce's man. And he gives it across Paddy Hughes now. Paddy Hughes gives it to Dermot Hanifin. Hanifin faced up there by Rory Flynn.
25 minutes gone.
25 minutes gone. Can't be separated. 7 points apiece. Free is quickly taken to Bill Carroll. Bill Carroll back to Dermot Hanifin. Hanifin now about to cross the 45. Gives a lovely pass back in towards Bill Carroll. Totally unmarked here. But it's a brilliant tackle. Brilliant tackle by Ronan Orford. And Custer gets the ball and the Tones break at speed. What can they do now on the break? Ulton Harney. Harney gives a long crossfield diagonal ball towards Declan Kelly. Declan Kelly out the far side of the field down towards the patio end. Goes across. Tries to get it back onto his left foot. Decides to go back all the way to Ulton Harney. Harney now with the ball. Gives it back over this side here to Kieran Keenan. Keenan now. Low ball in towards Jack Duggan. But once again Duggan is bet for the ball. And it's eventually mopped up there by Shane Fleming. Fleming now comes on with the ball and gives it across this side of the field to Dermot Hanifin. Hanifin now. The Tones attack isn't just working at the moment. That ball in isn't just finding its man. But Hanifin being stood up by Charlie McGill. McGill and Kieran Keenan. Ball comes across, so man in space is Conor Dorn. Dorn now gets it outside him to the 10, Kieran O'Mahony. O'Mahony, lovely ball in, and a mark is called for, and it's given to Jack Bryant. And Bryant will take this mark, and it's going to be an opportunity for a point for the Pierces. And it'll be the lead score if it goes over.
5 minutes, 5 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, it's
Tones
been
are under a bit of pressure here. They need to sort themselves in the game.
Yeah, they need to get a bit of space going in their attack.
Players. They need to get Duggan into the game. They need to.
Quick kick out taken. Jake Rispin. Rispin gives it into Niall Sharkey. Sharkey gives it across to Patrick Dummican. Patrick out this side to Ronan Orford. Orford now tackled really hard, and the referee said it's fair play. And Orford done really well. Brilliant play there by the man from San Francisco. And away goes Declan Kelly. Kelly down the far side, down this sideline. Cuts inside. Looks to try and get it onto his right foot. Looks for support. Gets it out to Callum Fahy. Fahy now, about 35 yards out. Decides to give it out to Jack Duggan. Duggan in space for the first time in this game. Dodges 1-2. Off the post again. Oh, Jesus, off the outside of the post. Almost cracking goal there by Duggan. But I wonder, should he have taken the opportunity for a point, Nicky? But either way,
should've. I've never seen so many balls hit the post today in all the games.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Ball breaks down here for Conor Dorn. Conor Dorn goes down, picks it up, faced up there by Rory Flynn. Flynn gets it back to Hanifin. Hanifin now to Paddy Hughes. Paddy Hughes, the number 2, tries to settle the game down, gives it across to Kevin Coakley. Coakley now, the number 9, looks up, tries to see someone in space. There's nobody there though. He has to go right across this side of the field to Paddy Hughes once again. And once again I think he's going to be pulled for steps. No, it's a free in. Judge to have pulled him down, and it's free in to the Pierces and an opportunity to go 2 points up.
I think Flynn is lucky there and get a yellow card for that.
Yeah, he's had a couple of fouls.
In fairness to the ref, he's let a lot go. He hasn't been shown the cards today. Which is,
No.
well, he's a leash man in fairness, so they'll be used to that sort of football down there. So.
Colm Riley now from Leitrim with the free. High. And up she goes. 2 points. 2 points to lead now for the Pierces as we enter into the final minute or so of this first half. 7 points to 9. The
1.5
lead.
minutes.
Quick kick out taken, Ulton Herney out this side of the field. And the foul is committed there off the ball, I think. And it's going to be a free in. And Charlie McGill, the number 12, looks for runners. Sees Kieran Keenan. Keenan tries to get inside his man. Gets the ball back to Custard. And Custard puts it in and puts it in and puts it over the bar. Great score.
He creamed
by
that
Kelm.
one, in fairness. I was waiting for that all day.
Custard cream. Yeah.
That's his 3rd point.
It's back to a 1 point game. Absolutely nothing between these teams, Nicky.
Very exciting game.
Quick kick out taken. James McCarthy runs across his own 21-yard line. Gets the ball away. Out the far side to Paddy Hughes. Hughes, this attacking cornerback. Pulled by Charlie McGill and Ulton Herney back in his own defence. Gets the ball into Jack Bryant. And Bryant calls for the mark. And gets it.
I'm not a fan of that mark. Not when you're in
absolutely
in corner
not.
forward. I think.
No, and it's a horrible rule in this game, especially because there's too much room in there.
Right.
It's too harsh on cornerbacks. There's no way that that mark should be allowed in this game. There's no way at all. But anyway, that's a discussion for another
ball
day.
at midfield, okay, that's a good mark, but not in corner forward.
It's in and over the bar.
Just about and over.
Just about wins the watch though. 10 points to 8 then as we enter injury time in this first half.
Would the Tones begin to worry here?
I don't think so. I think they were expecting this. You know, from what I heard, they knew there was going to be a tough, close encounter, and I think they'll be mentally set for it. It'll be a cracking second half, I'd say. Here's Custard once again. He gets it back to Ronan Orford. Orford now comes across this side of the field to Declan Kelly. Declan Kelly now faced up by Shane Fleming. Declan goes to his left. Tries to burn off Shane Fleming. Has support outside from Kieran Keenan. Keenan now with the ball down in that far corner by the patio. Gets it back to Declan Kelly. Declan Kelly slows it all down. Goes for Jake Rispin.
We're in injury time.
Looks around him. Gets it back to Custard again. Custard now with the ball. Looks for someone running. Decides to go for it himself. And it's kicked in and short. And it's into Cormac Sutton's hands once again. So the Pierces break out. Kevin Coakley with it. Bill Carroll on his own 45. It's fouled there by Custard. Nice ball all the way up here. Cormac, Conor Dordan. Conor Dordan into Jack Bryant. Bryant now turns his man right footed. Tries to curl it in. And it's not. It's gone out wide. And another wide for the Pierces.
A bit of a let off there for the Tones.
A bit of a let off is right. He had bought a bit of space there. And certainly... he had room, but
we're in about 2 minutes into injury time, so
yeah, can't be much left now, I'd say, at this stage. Niall Sharkey with the ball, gets it out the far side to Ronan Grimes. Grimes now being faced by O'Mahony, Kieran O'Mahony, but Grimes gives a nice ball into Charlie McGill. McGill back to Orford. Orford now back to McGill once again. Looks around, sees Callum Fahy. Fahy now looks to create a bit of room out this side, and Declan Kelly gets the ball in an acre of space here. One last attack from the Tones. Charlie McGill is in space inside, but Declan Kelly goes for the big one, but off the outside of his left foot, and it's out and it's gone wide. So half-time score then. It's 10 points to the Pierces, 8 points to the Tones, a 2-point game, Nicky, at half-time.
Very exciting game. Nothing really in it, as we were handed a piece of paper.
Yeah, it's Pierces had 3 wides in that first half. The Tones had only 1, which is, you know, obviously great news for the Tones in terms of their efficiency in front of goal. But I think it's using that possession. They've got a lot of possession during that first half, but they're not turning it into scores.
The Pierce is just at the moment, I know they're 2 points up, but they just seem to have that edge. And Bill Carroll at midfield seems, even though in the last few minutes they kind of close him down. But Orford and Custer are playing very well for the Tones, in fairness to them.
Very well, yeah. Ronan Orford, especially at centre back there, he's made several links from a defence into attack.
With his mother yet?
No, not yet.
Looking forward to meeting her?
I am looking forward because, as they used to always say about me, I can charm the birds out of the trees. But anyways, we'll cross that bridge when we come.
Them up. Yeah, that's you, all right.
All right. Well, we'll sign off now for a moment, folks, and we'll go down pitch side, and we'll see you in just 2 minutes.
Bye.
Johnny, how was things? How are you keeping? Look at this fucking thing. Yeah, that'll be fine.
What's up, Doc?
And James, you stand in?
No, he'll stand in as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to go this way because
Which way do you want it?
All right, folks, welcome down pitch side here at half-time in the senior final. It's been a wonderful game of football so far. 10 points to 8 to the Pierces at half-time. Doc, it's been an intense first half, as we probably figured it would be.
Yeah, for sure it is. I'm glad I'm out here, not in a dressing room right now. I don't think the blood pressure will be too good either side. But no, great game of football. It's intense stuff. Like the Tones had a great chance there off the crossbar. Pierce went down and got a point. And they went 2 points up.
Yeah,
could have been level.
Yeah. James Staunton, you've done great work here. Congratulations on getting the pitch and everything in great order. The facilities here second to none. Well done on all your hard work. A great game of football. Great advertisement for Chicago.
Oh yeah, it's great to see the crowd that's out here today. And like you said, a great game of football. So that's all we ask for, is to get a good game of football and let the best team win it, whoever it is at the end. So
absolutely.
Great to see the crowd. Yeah.
It's great to see the crowds out again in force. Alan, as we said before the game, you have to fight to get the mic off Nicky. Great game of football, intense, tough, hard. Yeah. 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 Absolutely. Yeah, the boys done fantastic work. I mean, the pitch has absorbed an outrageous amount of water all night, and it's still holding up really well here. So, but the second half, I know I did. I absorbed quite a bit. But in the second half, I felt the wind there certainly favouring the Pierces in the first half. I think it is a little bit of a factor. A couple of the kicks, ended up in Cormac Sutton's hands. So, maybe that might be a little bit of a factor in the second half. But the Tones definitely need to get the ball forward faster. Yeah. He's put in a couple of great tackles. Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I would have to compliment young Kelly there from Tones. I mean, we're over the other side there. I think he's probably the best player in the field. He's broke the line here 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
American born player. Kelly, he's well up to it out there today.
Absolutely. Declan.
Declan Kelly,
yeah.
Over there, we're watching. He's only one that's really trying to break the line where, Dublin and them guys have to get on the ball and demand it.
Right.
Times over there demand the ball.
Right.
Kelly's demanded and fair play to him.
Right, right. Yeah, it's very true. I've seen that in him. He's been coming out looking for the ball, and I mean these are the days. This is the day to produce it, and this is the day to show what you have. So you have to come out and really want it. James. So,
absolutely, yeah. It seems like the Tones are holding back a bit so far, but I think they'll open it up in the second half, I would think. But
yeah,
Pierce will have something to say about it too. So
absolutely, yeah. No, the Pierces definitely will, and they're definitely up for it. But I think as Alan said, the scores for the Pierces in that first half seem to come a little bit easier. But I do think that the wind has an influence on it, and if it gets up a little bit in the second half, it might have a bearing on the game. So how do we see it going, boys? James?
I think the Tones by 1 or 2.
Yeah, it's going to be close. Yeah.
Hopefully, for our sake, it's 60 minutes as a winner. But
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd go with James there. Like it'll be 1 or 2 in it, and I think he'll go to 12. I think the Tones have a lot more in the tank. I think.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, Alan. Yeah. Right. Fair enough. Nicki Minaj. Yeah, I think fitness and conditioning is going to come into it as well, because the game that was played at such a ferocious pace in the first half, I think it's very difficult to keep that up. So I think the team, with the best conditioning, I think will just about come out on top. But it's going to be very close, folks. All right, we'll go back up to the booth, folks. That's our pitch side. Hope you enjoyed the views of the crowd, and great atmosphere here. Hope you're getting a sense of it. So we'll see you in a few minutes. Thanks, lads.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, James. Fair pleasure. right down there.
She said only in the last 30 seconds, or we think. We could hear you perfectly. Perfectly. I don't know. No, Quinn had this one. Those are on now. Those are on. You're on. You're live. You're on.
O'Reilly texted you.
You're live now.
You're doing a fine job. And your number one supporter. If Artie, you're looking for a camera woman, Mary Redmond is the one.
So then we're ready, back for the second half here, folks, of this enthralling senior men's final. And it's a free down to the tone straight away. Ultan Herney goes short, gets the ball back, and he's about to be tackled there by Kevin Coakley. And that's an advantage, and it's going to be a free into the tones. A push in the back on Ultan Herney, and it's free down for the Wolf Tones.
That was a good catch there by Duggan.
Yeah, Duggan.
Maybe he'll get back into the game in the second half.
So then Charlie McGill with the left foot as it begins to cloud over a little bit. And wind assisted here. Charlie McGill kicks it in and kicks it high, and it's gone to the left and wide. That's a poor miss.
That's a bad miss by Charlie. That's a score they needed, right? Coming out of the gates, they needed that score.
They did, no doubt. Cormac Sutton with the kick out. It goes low, down towards Ronan Orford. He gets it, gives it off to Callum Fahy. Fahy with Declan Kelly out on his left-hand side. Declan gets it, and Charlie Keenan is there beside him. Decides to go back to Fahy. Callum gives it across the middle of the field to Ronan Orford once again. Up to Jake Rispin. Rispin to Duggan. Jack Duggan now. Looks around him. Decides to give a hand pass back all the way to Ronan Orford. Orford gives it to Ultan Herney. Herney now. Faced up there by Dermot Hannafin. Goes across the field. And it's taken in there to Charlie McGill. McGill on the 21 over the far side of the field. Solos across the field. Decides to go back to Ultan Herney. Herney with players over this side. Ronan Orford all on his own. Gets it, crosses the 45. Looks for support. Gets it off Declan Kelly. Kelly now. Tackled. Evades one tackle. Gets it back to Jake Crispin. And there's a man coming behind him. Never seen him coming. Bill Carroll steals in and gets the ball. And the Pierces try to break out of defence. And that's a dodgy ball. And it's Charlie McGill, Declan Kelly. Kelly in on goal. Oh, it's wide. It's wide there. And, that was a terrible miss. Kieran Keenan.
The ball kind of came to him unexpectedly. Great save by the goalkeeper.
It was a good save. But,
that should have been a goal.
It should have been a goal for sure.
Need to settle down now. They're turning around a little bit, so...
Out goes the kick out. Herney once again in the middle of the field gets rid of it. Jake Rispin back to Herney. Herney beginning to orchestrate matters in the middle of the field for the Tones, but that's a loose pass and it's going to be a free. Once again, Bill Carroll, a tackle on Ultan Herney off the ball, and the referee is going to have a word with Bill Carroll from Offaly and give him a warning and telling him he's on his last chance. Subs warming up here in front of us for the Pierces. Graham Riley and Liam Markham warming up on the sideline. Here comes Jack Duggan with the free. High off his right foot and straight over the bar. It's a good score from Jack Duggan.
It's a very needed score by the Tones.
Very needed score is right. And the man from
This might
Longford.
bring Jack back into the game.
Yeah, hopefully now that'll set him alight. Cormac Sutton then, the press is on. He'll have to go along here with this kick out. Chips it out this side of the field towards Kevin Coakley. Coakley goes up. Great fetch in the middle of the field. Punched away from by Ulton Kelm, but illegally so, says Martin Delaney. And Shane Fleming takes the free quickly. Back it goes to Jack McCarthy. Back to Shane Fleming. Fleming now crosses his own 45. Crosses midfield. Looks across. Sees Bill Carroll. Decides not to use him. Comes out this side. Kevin Coakley all on his own this side of the field. Gives a low ball down towards Jack Bryant. But there's two men there. But Kevin Coakley wins it back. And Coakley is fouled. And it's going to be a free in to the Pierces here. And Coakley was grounded there.
Soft enough free,
Yeah, I mean, I've seen ones not given, but nonetheless, this to bring it out to a 2-point game once again for the Pierces. Colm O'Reilly from Leitrim, the number 15, is going to kick this. Paul O'Reilly, shout out to Paul down in the Ambassador, looking in, watching the game today in the pub, and that one creeps inside the left-hand post. And it's gone in and gone over the bar. And it's out.
Can crush
11
there for Quinn.
11 points to 9, yeah. Another can of crush for Quinn. Low carb diet is the name of the game. Quick free out or quick kick out taken. Ronan Grimes.
Cheeseburgers at 12 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, more burgers. Ronan Grimes once again beats two tacklers. Gets the ball away to Declan Kelly. Declan Kelly lets it bounce. Grabs hold of it. Takes it forward. Shane Fleming facing him up. Jay Crispin with the ball out in this near sideline, gives it back into Olton Harney. Harney now bears down on goal, 3 men on him, and illegally held there, and Olton goes to the ground and holding his head after a hefty tackle there from one of the Pierce's boys, and Charlie McGill, the number 12, will try and bring it back to a 1-point game.
6 minutes gone in the second half.
Yeah, 6 minutes. The minutes are flying by
and
here.
Elko out there, a legendary air court hurler.
And Elka's here, one of the all-time greats. I think he told me the other day he played for nearly every club in Chicago at one stage. Unbelievable. Oh, and Maggie McEldowney is here. We'll have Maggie on.
The Rosa Trelly.
We'll have ex-Rosa Trelly. Oh my God, she could win it. She could win it again. So Ulton Harney is the receiving treatment out there in the middle of the field. The stalwart from Clonegale and Roscommon. A class act. Excellent footballer.
And just because he's from Roscommon.
Just because he's from Roscommon, that's right, Nicky.
Shout out there to Bernie Glynn, a big Roscommon fan.
Yeah, your sister-in-law, fair play to her, great Roscommon woman.
It's a bad wide.
And that's gone to the white and wide this time. Oh, that's a bad miss from Charlie McGill. That's a poor miss.
He's missed a few frees there.
He has, yeah.
Need to tighten up.
That's two frees, two very kickable frees from Charlie McGill. That should have been over the bar. So the Pierces getting ready to make maybe a triple substitution here.
They're still only 2 points behind, so they're right in the
right
in the game.
Ball is kicked out the far side. Declan Kelly, really well done. Declan Kelly gets possession of the ball, and here comes the Tones. Callum Fahy back to Kelly. Kelly bears down on goal, tackled by 2 men. Punches the ball out. Back to Charlie McGill, back to Callum Fahy. Fahy in and Fahy over the bar. It's a lovely score for the Tones. Badly needed.
You never forgot Tulsman.
Tulsman is right.
Score, second point of the game by
Callum Fahy.
Not playing his usual game today, but it's kind of playing a different role. But he still contributed 2 good points.
He sure did. He's playing very, very
well.
He's
not playing that link-up role because the Pierce's backline seem to be very tight. It's very hard to get past them.
Yeah, they're on their men all over the place. I know Callum's brother Regan and his girlfriend are watching this game back at home. So shout out to Regan. And I hope you're enjoying the action.
Regan was in Chicago a few times, a few summers.
Yeah. Graham Riley is in the game for the Pierces, and Shane Fleming is off, replaced early in this second half. Oh, dodgy kick out here. Jack McCarthy, though, he gets the better of Jay Crispin. And Callum Fahy tries to get the tackle in, but Liam Markham, long ball down towards Jack Bryan. But again, great tackling by Niall Sharkey. Brilliant tackle there by the Tones number 3. and really tight on Bryant there to get the ball away from him in the tackle. And here comes the Tones now with Jack Duggan. Jack Duggan over this side of the field, faced by Kevin Coakley. Coakley goes in hard, but Duggan retains possession, gets it outside, gets it to Kieran Keenan, and Kieran Keenan onto that foot. That's a brilliant score from Kieran Keenan. Beautiful score, and the Tones needed that one. They had missed 2 kickable frees, but Keenan puts it in and puts it over the bar and brings it back to a 1 point. In fact, it's level. Sorry, it's level. 11 points each. 9 minutes gone in this second half.
Thank you, Aaron, again.
And
another shout out to Mary Redmond. She's been standing here all day with the camera and the phone. Unbelievable work.
Great woman. I'll tell you one thing.
If there's ever a Hall of Fame starts in Chicago G8, Mary should be the first one inducted.
That's for sure. So then, it's a battle royale here, folks. Here in Chicago Gaelic Park, between 2 titans of senior football here, the Pádraig Pearses and the Wolf Tones, in this 2023 men's senior final, being played in beautiful conditions. We've got dry weather.
Arnie might get away with it. He didn't get a yellow there.
Yeah,
lucky.
He's gone in there a couple of times. Here's Jake Rispin and Kevin Coakley. Ball is kicked down quickly though. Here's Kieran O'Mahony. Kieran O'Mahony with 10 on his back gives it to Bill Carroll. Bill Carroll gives it off there to Bryant, to Markham I should say, and back inside to Bryant. Bryant down in that corner, surrounded by 2 Wolf Tonesmen. Back to Carroll. Carroll off his right foot. It's curling, but it's not going to curl enough, and it goes out to the right and it's gone wide.
That was a pretty wasteful kick.
That was a wasteful kick. That was very optimistic there by Bill Carroll. From
Michelle
that angle.
just texted there, the bartender. She said you're looking very well, Quinn.
Oh my God, yeah.
Or sounding very well, because she probably didn't see you. But
yeah, well, Michelle tends to look pretty good too.
She's wearing the old Johnny Cash gear tonight, so we'll be all set.
God bless Michelle. Declan Kelly. Declan up the far side of the field, cuts back inside. Dermot Hannafin gives the ball over to Custard. Custard has a runner on the outside, Rory Flynn, but Custard decides to go in on his own, and that's a great score from Multin Kelm. Straight off the right foot and straight over the bar, and the Tones go into a 1 point lead here in Gaelic Park in Chicago.
He's kicked some great scores today.
He sure has.
In fairness.
Absolutely. He's a fine footballer.
So they're 1 point ahead now, and they're looking good, so they need to
sub
coming on together.
Sub coming on for the Pearses. It's Kevin Quinn, my namesake, is on.
No relation, as me.
No relation. And off goes the number 11, Dermot Hannafin. He's played well, has Dermot Hannafin.
Played very well in the first half, actually.
Quick kick out.
They're taking him off.
Quick kick out to Conor Doran. Manages to scoop it away there to James McCarthy over the far side of the field. Back it goes to Paddy Hughes. Paddy Hughes now to Conor Doran once again. Tackled hard there by Declan Kelly. Illegally so, says the referee. Referee says go back, and the ball is played back to Petey McDade now. McDade in the middle of the field, turns, gives it off to Bill Carroll. Bill Carroll over this side to Johnny McCarthy. McCarthy into Quinn. Kevin Quinn now crosses his own 45.
He's still not related to you.
Still not related. Back to Bill Carroll. Back outside here to Kevin Coakley. Almost loses possession out over the sideline, but manages to retain it. Back to Petey McDade. McDade now in a little bit of space. Gives it back to Carroll, the man from Offaly. Looks across. Sees support there in the shape of Graham Riley. Riley now gives the ball away. Almost lost there in the tackle by the Pearses. But this is a speculative effort. Out comes the goalkeeper, and he gets a fist to it there. And it's a good fist. And Charlie McGill back in his own defence there manages to get it out as far as Ronan Grimes. Grimes now bursts out of defence, but it's well taken there, and that's a hard tackle. And up goes Harney and straight into the face of Colm Riley, as much as to say, well, the referee is calling back Ultan Harney. I think he might be in trouble here for a bit of overzealousness. Sorry, it's Petey McDade. In fact, it's going to go into the book for a bookable offence, I think, on Ultan Harney, and that's the yellow card there for Petey McDade. So Ultan Harney then, the man from Clonagale, one of the most successful clubs in Roscommon and indeed in the country. They have won many Roscommon and Connacht titles down through the 90s.
No All
Ball
Ireland.
goes in,
Okay.
and it's well taken there inside by Kieran Keenan. Kieran Keenan gets away, gets a bit of space. He gets it to Custard. Custard in, and Custard over the bar. That's a great score for the Tones. Beautiful score, and it puts it out to a 2-point game, 13 points to 11. The Tones lead it.
It's early in the game, but I think Custard has been
He's
at
been
the
man of the
moment
match.
Man of the match at the
Absolutely.
moment. In fairness, he's 5 or 6 points from play. Starboard of the fucking
No
of the,
doubt.
Tones.
Ki-
So
quick,
far.
quick kick out taken by Cormac Sutton out the far side of the field over to Johnny McCarthy. McCarthy back to Paddy Hughes. Hughes tries to burst through 2 men, and eventually the ball breaks down there, and it goes inside to Jack Bryant. Bryant now tries to get it onto his left foot. He's been chased here by Ronan Grimes. Grimes trying to make ground on him. He makes it off to Markham. Markham back to Bryant. Bryant with the ball and trying to get it onto his left foot. It's blocked down. Brilliant block down there.
By
And
Jay
eventually it's
Crispin.
a free out. Free out to the Tones, and great defending there because they were under pressure. Bryant
Blocked
was
down
through.
by the big fella, Jake Rispin. I call him the
Rispin,
big fella.
Yeah, the big fella, and Rispin comes out with a chest out in him like a lion. He's all on his own in the middle of the field. And Rory,
The Tones are beginning to turn the screw.
they're beginning to come more into it for
Well,
sure, and they're
timekeeper.
certainly on the physical side.
15
Here
minutes.
comes Kelm Custard.
Halfway through the second half.
He's really shone for the Tones in this game. Has Ulton Kelm from Fermanagh. Beautiful ball into Kieran Keenan. Kieran Keenan, he has help inside him, and Kieran Keenan is pulled and dragged, and it's going to be a free into the Tones. And the Tones, as you said, they're beginning to turn the screw, Nicky, here.
Absolutely, and they're if they can keep this momentum going, they're looking good. They have the wind behind them, and they're looking good.
Yeah. So it's a free in to the Tones. And looks like
That
Cathal
was a
Finnegan.
great block down by Jake Rispin there. in
Brilliant
fairness
block
to him.
down. Brilliant bit of defending because
He
Jack.
mightn't be 7 foot tall, but in fairness to him, unbelievable block down.
Yeah. Jack Bryant is a dangerous footballer, and you can't be giving him chances like that. And
Well, the Pierces are not out of this game. I mean, they
not
have
by a
some
long
great-
shot.
Some fantastic footballers, so the game is not over. But
So Custard, when the play resumes, is going to take this free. And here he comes. It's in, and it's gone over the bar. 14 points for the Tones, 11 points for the Pierces. They lead it by 3.
at least 6 of them by Custard.
Short kick out to Johnny McCarthy.
This will
McCarthy.
show now what the Pierces are made of.
Over the far side there, gets it to James McCarthy. Takes it across the middle of the field. And back to Johnny. Johnny gets it into Liam Markham. Markham off his right foot. It's gone in and it's gone over the bar.
Fantastic score.
Good score there from Liam Markham, or
They're
from
not
Graham
going away,
Riley.
John, they're not going away.
Not going away is right. Great score there off his right foot. 2 points the difference. Kick out comes out this side of the field to Jake Rispin. In fairness, this fella is an engine like a locomotive into Ulton Harney.
It's definitely not
Fakes.
like your truck anyway.
Fakes the pass, and again, it's a very, very tough challenge on Ulton Harney, and the referee pulls back Kieran O'Mahony, and O'Mahony is going to go into the book here, and it's going to be a yellow card.
Harney has been battered all day, in fairness. He's been
It's going to be a free into the Tones and a booking for the number 10 for the Pierces.
he's been taunted by the subs,
Yeah,
The Pierces
don't
on the
like to
side
hear
there.
that.
especially that he's a Roscommon man. You can. Great atmosphere here today, though.
Great atmosphere. You can hear singing in the stands, and it's
Absolutely.
like a soccer
They'll be
game.
singing tonight hopefully about 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, the help of God.
We might even get a tune from our timekeeper, Aaron. 18 minutes and 9 seconds gone. The Rose of Tralee is still here. Still
Yeah.
shining beautifully.
Resplendently is the word, Nicky.
She's like a flower in a garden of weeds.
Yeah, Jesus. And Nicky is after insulting half.
You're inside the box. They're outside.
Nicky is after insulting half the women in this side of the ground. Anyway, on we go with a free. Callum Fahy. with the ball in hand. It's going to be a free down to the Tones. They lead it by 2, 14 points to 12. Here comes the free. It's gone in there. And Fahy gets it back. Gives it in to Charlie McGill. McGill looks for the runner. Nobody is going anywhere. Eventually it comes back over to Custard. Custard tries to make room for his kick. It goes in, it's high, and it's gone to the left, and it's gone out and wide.
One of the few misses.
One of the very few. He's been excellent all day, I have to say.
After my last comment, I'm kind of tongue-tied here. You're looking very radiant. I was talking about outside, not inside the hut. Quinn is on a diet.
Yeah.
It's a seafood diet.
Liam Cullen, one of the Tones greats from Wexford, just texted me there that Kevin Quinn is a nephew of Kevin O'Brien from Wicklow, one of the all-time great Tones players. And if Kevin is listening in, very welcome to Kevin. He was a great player out here for the Tones for years and loved his time out here. So big shout out to Kevin O'Brien back there in Wicklow. Anyway, in comes the ball, dangerous ball in there, but once again the Tones defence is back, and it's Declan Kelly. Declan Kelly coming out with the ball, marked there by Kevin Coakley, and eventually the ball comes right across to Ronan Orford. Orford back to the goalkeeper, Patrick Domican, out to Ronan Flynn. Ronan Flynn to Ulton Harney. Ulton Harney, the Clonegale man, cool as a cucumber. Gives it out the far side of the field to Callum Fahy. Fahy back to Harney. The two Roscommon men combining. Gives it to Custard. Custard, the man from Anna. Gives it off to Charlie McGill. Charlie McGill now back again to Ronan Flynn. Ronan Flynn. Father David played football for Tulsk very successfully, and a lovely fellow. Hope he's listening in. A big shout out to David. And indeed Sean Flynn back there in Castle Plunkett in Tulsk. Hope you're all enjoying the game, lads. Ball is out this side of the field. This side of the field is Declan Kelly. Declan Kelly with that long ball, but it's straight into Petey McDade's breadbasket, and he gives it off to Johnny McCarthy. McCarthy to Graham Riley. Riley out to Paddy Hughes. Bit of space opening up there for Hughes in the middle of the field as he faces Ulton Harney. Harney sticks to him like a leech. Hughes pushed out wide. Gets the ball out to Johnny McCarthy. Johnny McCarthy back to Bill Carroll. Bill Carroll from Offaly gives it to Bryant. Bryant back to Kevin Quinn. Kevin Quinn back to Petey McDade. And that finds its way out to the right, and it's out wide from Jack Bryant.
It's a bad miss by Jack.
Yeah, it's the direct opposite of the first half, Nicky, as Alan Coyle quite rightly said that the Pearses' scores were coming easier in the first half. They seem to have to work harder for them now.
It seems to be the wind seems to be
yeah.
I didn't think the wind was that strong.
I did think that the wind was a bit of a factor in the first half, but you know, obviously it's more than we think. Patrick Domican with the kick out from Offaly. Out it comes down Harney's throat. Himself and Liam Markham go for the ball. Luke Mangan actually go for the ball, and the Pearses win it. It's out to Bill Carroll. Bill Carroll off the right foot gives it inside to Bryant. Jack Bryant now pushed out towards the sideline, gives it back inside to Aidan O'Mahony. Aidan O'Mahony now gets the ball onto his left foot, kicks it in, kicks it high, and kicks it over the bar.
It's a great score.
That's a good score from the Pearses. They needed that one for sure.
It's only a point in it with how many minutes there, Aaron? Aaron is 22 minutes gone in the game, so very close game.
Yeah, very, very close.
As they say, it's going down to the wire. Pearses are reigning champions, so they have the experience.
Kick out comes from Cormac Sutton out the far side of the field to Rory Flynn. Rory Flynn finds Custard all the way over there the far side of the field. In fact, it's not. It's Kieran Keenan, but it breaks here kindly for Charlie McGill. McGill bears down on goal, kicks it in and straight over the bar. And the Tones reply with a lovely score there from Charlie McGill.
He took his point there instead of going for a goal, which is a very wise decision.
Wise decision in the situation. Yeah, that was.
Take your points and the goals will come.
Absolutely.
Right?
So Cormac Sutton with the kick out for the Pearses goes long once again down to Petey McDade's Side of the field. Declan Kelly picks it up, but picks it up off the ground. And referee says it's a free down, and it's going to come all the way across here to Kevin Coakley. Coakley has space and time. He's being marked here by Declan Kelly. He gives it off to Kevin Quinn. Kevin Quinn gives it to Kieran O'Mahony. O'Mahony flicks the ball into Jack Bryant. Jack Bryant now tries to get around his man and gives a pass away over the far side to Graham Riley. Riley, back again it goes high, and it's gone out to the right and it's gone wide. And Jack Bryant there was tackled hard, but the referee says play on. It's going to be a kick out.
One or two bad misses there in the last 5 minutes, which could be crucial at the end of the game.
Going to be a substitution here for the Pierces. Number 23 is going in. Brian Leonard is going in. And we'll wait and see who's coming off. He's going in there in defence. And it's Paddy Hughes, in fact, that's coming off. And 17 is Luke Mangan. He's picking up Custard. Ball is kicked out down Ultan Harney's throat. And that's a free down to the Tones. And it's taken quickly there. Oh, but it's a poor free though. And it's given straight down to Johnny McCarthy. And McCarthy is felled about 30 yards from his own goal. And it's a free quickly taken. So far in this second half, 1 wide for the Tones, 3 wides for the Pierces. They could be very expensive wides come the end of this game. We're about halfway through this second half, I think. No, we're a lot more. We're 25 minutes into this second half. It didn't feel like that, but there you go. It goes fast when you have good games of football like this. Kevin Quinn gets it at the second attempt onto his right foot. He kicks it in and kicks it over the bar. That's a great score from Kevin Quinn. And it puts the bare minimum between them, 15 points to 14 with 5 minutes of normal time remaining.
There's extra time in this, right?
I think it's going to go to extra time. I believe so. I'm not sure, but I believe it will. Patrick Domican then with the kick out, and he finds his man out there on the far side of the field. And Niall Sharkey is fouled over there on the far side by the substitute, Brian Leonard, hauled to the ground. And it's going to be a free down to the Tones. Jake Rispin, the evergreen Jake Rispin out there, son of Paul's. I'm sure Paul is a very proud man up in the stands today, looking at his young fella, giving a great performance for the Tones. But here comes Custard up the far side, and he's been tackled by Graham Riley. But Custard gets it onto the left foot, gives it a lovely chip pass into the corner, into Kieran Keenan. Keenan now really coming into this game, looks for the block, and gets it. Declan Kelly picks up the breaking ball. He gets it back outside. Charlie McGill tackled hard there and can't get away from him. Declan Kelly gets it back to Charlie McGill, back to Ultan Harney. There's a line of men across the middle of the field for the Tones looking for the ball. Eventually the ball comes out across here to to Ronan Orford. Orford now gives it low inside to the corner forward there, Cathal Finnegan. And it's a bad miss, yeah, when they needed a score. And it's a wide ball. Kick out for Cormac Sutton then. Out it goes long down Ultan Harney and Petey McDade. McDade said he was pushed. The referee said absolutely not. The ball comes across to Patrick Domican. The roving goalkeeper is way out of his goal. He looks up, looks for a runner. He has it here and misjudged there though. And the Pierces win it back. And here they come now once again. Conor Dorn with the ball. Gives it off there to Kevin Quinn. Into Bill Carroll out the far side to Johnny McCarthy. McCarthy down that far side. Graham Riley. Riley goes long, but it's a poor ball, and it's going to go straight into the hands of Patrick Domican. And really, you can't take your eyes off this game for 1 minute. Here comes the Tulse man, Callum Fahy. Fahy gets the ball over across towards Declan Kelly. Kelly out to Ronan Grimes. Charlie McGill. McGill now looks to go long. Goes in, but it goes over the heads of everyone inside, and Kieran Keenan included, and it goes straight into Cormac Sutton. The Pierces will come again. 2 minutes left in this game, 1 point the difference. Petey McDade for the Pierces. brings the ball down and gives it to Luke Mangan. Mangan into Kevin Quinn. Kevin faced up by 2-3 Tones boys. Gets the ball across. And it's going to be broken up there by the Tones. But the Pierces wins it back. And that's a foul. That's a foul by Ultan Harney. That's a foul by Ultan Harney there. And the referee is going out to have a word with him. And I don't think there's going to be any card here, but he's checking on the Pierce's player to make sure he's okay. And certainly a tough collision there for sure.
Minute left.
I think it was Kieran O'Mahony was the player. So it's a free in to the Pierces with about a minute of normal time left in this senior Chicago final. So here comes the kick from Kieran O'Mahony in towards the full forward line there, but it's broken up and it's going to be a free in. It's going to be a free in to the Pierces. Breaking ball there, but it's a free in to the Pierces. And the Tones boys protest, but it could well be extra time, yeah, for sure.
The time is up, so whatever
he's adding on. And there have been a few injuries, so I'd expect to be a couple of minutes at least. Quick shout out, Nicky. I know you wanted to mention the passing of Jimmy Cooney, the great Galway great. I mentioned him earlier on, but just to give him a mention in the senior final, very sad. He died suddenly just last few days. So
a great starlet of Galway hurling, won an All Ireland in 1980. He won 2 All Stars, and his nephew Acro Kelly played out here for the Bolans back in 2013, so a very sad occasion. Died very suddenly, and what a great hurler he was, and an absolute. I've never met the man, but I heard he was an absolute gentleman.
Yeah.
So very sad to his wife and family, and may he rest in peace.
Absolutely, yeah, and condolences to, as I said, all his family, and Joe, indeed, his brother, one of the most famous sons of Galway, and 2 nephews.
On the Galway teams.
Yeah. So. That ball is kicked in and it's gone over the bar, and it's a draw game.
If this game was ever in the melting pot, it's now.
It's now, that's for sure.
Oh, Jake Crispin.
Yeah, Jake Crispin and Kieran O'Mahony is going at it.
Oh.
But the ball is kicked out short to Ronan Flynn. Rory Flynn now. The man from Leixlip gives a beautiful ball up to Jake Crispin. Crispin now in acres of space and tearing through the Pierce's defence. Gives it off. And surely that's a foul. It is a foul on the number 13 for Kieran Keenan for the Tones, and it's a free in for the Tones, and this could be the game here.
Finnegan's going to take it.
Finnegan is the man to take it.
The farmer from Meath.
Cathal Finnegan, yeah. Family business up in Meath. They sell plenty of spuds. And he'll be
spud farmer from Meath. Could he make history in Chicago? 35 yards out.
The wind is helping him. Here he comes, left-footed. In she goes, and up it goes. It's over the bar.
Great score by Finnegan.
It's over the bar. And Cathal Finnegan gestures to the crowd in delight. Over she goes. They're ahead by a point, and we're going to injury time.
Gone. 32 minutes gone.
32 minutes gone. We're into injury time. Out it comes this side, Kevin Coakley, fouled by Cathal Finnegan. The last throw of the dice by the Pierces. The ball comes down towards Bill Carroll from Offaly, surrounded by 2 men. Gives it to Petey McDade. McDade off. This side it comes back to Bill Carroll. Bill Carroll now looks long. Kevin Quinn shows for the ball. Gives it to Kevin Quinn. He looks around for support. Nobody shown as yet. Goes across the field and he finds 17, Luke Mangan. Mangan, it's brilliantly broken up by Ultan Harney. Harney breaks down the field. He's got support with Custard. Here comes Custard now, number 7 from Fermanagh. This could be the insurance score. Here comes Custard. Can he do it? Bang it! Into the back of the net for the Tones. Straight into the back of the net. What a goal for the Tones.
When you get a heart attack.
Absolutely fantastic goal there for the Wolf Tones. And they scream into a 4-point lead here in Gaelic Park in Chicago. The referee has the whistle in his mouth. It's all over. It's all over. And the Tones win the Chicago final. What a great performance by the Tones.
What a great
Really
comeback,
great
absolutely.
performance. Great performance by both teams, I have to say. But an especially wonderful performance by the Tones. Really great finish to the game. And what a spectacle for Chicago football. Wonderful finish and a wonderful final. And an apt, I think, that the Roscommon man should break up an attack and break forward and score such an amazing goal. On top.
Custard and cream.
Custard and cream is right.
Well, Ger Garrett there, we have to give an all. Sorry, but in fairness, great win by the Tones. They were the better team in the second half.
Absolutely,
They
brilliant.
played the game and they played the second half to win. An excellent performance. But they do know. I see Timber out there.
Oh, Timber will be delighted tonight, boys. Oh, there'll be major celebrations tonight on the south side.
Pat Baker out there too, and I don't know what he is and what his tones are.
Absolutely. Pat Baker will be singing tonight. And
Finnegan, the Spud farmer from Meath, came on and played very well and scored the winning point.
Scored the winner.
Well, he didn't. He scored the point.
Well, contributed, for sure.
Congratulations to John Conroy and all the gang, in fairness.
Yeah, great performance, in fairness, by
in
all
fairness
concerned.
to the Tones over the years, they know how to win.
They certainly do. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I'll bring a couple of mics, right?
Yeah, the tables are down there, right? So your doctor's there.
I'm pissing like a racehorse. Who do you want over here?
Anyone you can get. Ernie for sure.
I get two Ultons.
Yeah, if you can get the two of them.
And who else? Donegan.
Donegan, maybe, whoever you think.
not right.
Same shot.
Oh, no, I don't want to. No, I'd rather you just give it to the kids, honestly. And I won't be gone.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll send them all in on Wednesday, maybe. Because it could be
Thank you so much.
difficult the next day.
We know.
No, I don't want to.
There'll be no work being done tomorrow.
I get a bit of clueless. Look at, let's start off. That was a great game of football, lads. Both teams lifted out there on the field. It was a really exciting game, like as a youth were watching it. So big hand to the two teams the way they played the game out there. The officials, umpires, and linesmen. Delaney did a great day today. He did well. You know, he refed it well. He refed it fair. So it's not an easy job. You know, a lot of people, a lot of chanting on both sides and all that. So he was under pressure. Fair play, Mark. I'd just like to a couple of thank yous before we end it off. Just to the board here, especially on the field here today. We got a lot of rain yesterday. I know James Son was out here early this morning, as he was every week at the field line, making sure everything was. He does it all. All the rest of the board, like, they've been here every Sunday, week in, week out, so big thanks to the board here and Gaelic Park.
Tones captain.
Just give him the cup.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
It's a big thanks to everybody. Big thanks to John Quinn and Mary here that have did the stream and the live stream and all summer. And we've got great views on it. Big thanks to you. With that, I'm going to call on the Tones captain and he can do the rest of the talk.
First off, I want to congratulate the Pearsons on a great year. I know you didn't have your day today, but getting into any finals is complicated. You're getting one out the goal of it, so round of applause to Pearsons. Secondly to the board, I mean, in fucking organizing games, organizing matches, and coming in for a little bit of a great job all year, lines in, all that. So round of applause for them as well. I mean, we wouldn't be here without our supporters. People have been with the Tones for years and years and years, whether it's selling tickets, buying tickets. I know Conroy's always on these. And without you guys, we wouldn't be able to have any of this. So up to fucking Tones. Val, Patty, anyone involved with the management, Nagi with the training, window washing the jerseys every week, there's a lot of shit that goes on behind the scenes, and I wouldn't want to be doing it. So it's a pleasure we get you guys to do it. Round of applause to you guys. Last but not least, to the boys who made this possible. Very first week we said we brought you out for a fucking reason. We said we were gonna enjoy ourselves, but we said we weren't fucking leaving until we were holding this cunt. That's the fucking thing!
One for everyone in the audience.
Oh my gosh. I talked to her.
I have a bone to pick with you, you bastard. Me owl that goes to me this morning goes, jeez, I'm told you're a whore for drinking. I'm into God. I'm not even, he goes, you keep telling me I'm in college, you go away, bastard. I'm at TCU. I've been down. Oh, McBride's up the tongue. Hey, we'll have a good session tomorrow. We're going to Monday Club tomorrow. Hey, Dublin, we're going to join you on the Monday Club tomorrow. Yes, sir. Out here. Hey, Doc, we're going to come on.
Thank you.
Great fucking game. Nice. Brilliant. McBride. We're going to have some Monday Club tomorrow, boys. It's going to be class.
The chance.
Take one here, you're the captain. Jake was so great. Where's Jake? Oh, he's over there celebrating.
Welcome, folks, on the final broadcast from Gaelic Park here on this finals day. I'm joined here with the captain of a very proud captain I had, with two very proud parents out from Ballygael and Roscommon. And proud here from A2 Roscommon and lift that cup. Ultan Harney, Ultan a great performance, and I think it was apt that you made the interception to create that final goal. That was a tough final.
It was, absolutely. Yeah, it was the toughest game all year by a mile. And look, that's what you're going to expect in the final. Finals are hard won no matter what level, what age group, no matter where in the country or where in the world, in America at the minute. You're not going to win finals easy.
Right.
Look, we played Pearsons already twice. We drew and bet them, but we knew this game was going to be a different kettle of fish. Look, it literally went down to that last.
Change mics.
Sorry, yeah. Yeah, look, it was an awful tough game. It went down to the basically last play. They kicked that over. It was time was up. We're going into extra time for another 20 minutes. Fair dues to them. Look, they're a big physical team. They got some fantastic players, but I'm awful proud of our boys. I knew I said it before the game, there's something special about our group. Look, for the most part, we've gelled together in the last 8 weeks. You know, we've lost some guys in the way, and some guys have joined. But the way we gelled together and made friends for life, I knew that when the push came to shove, we weren't going to die. We weren't going to roll away. That we die for each other and for the community here, of the Tones community. Look, they've looked after us like family for the last couple of months. They've taken us in as their own. They've looked after 20-some guys as their own children. And we said before the game we weren't going to let them down. We're going to give everything we had for them. And that's what it's all about. Look, it means a lot to them. It means a lot more to them than it means to us.
Absolutely.
It's 3 months of the year they look forward to, and it's 9 months of the year. They're dark winters, long winters out here, and they're looking forward to a bit of football. Right. And we're so happy that this will just keep them happy for time to come. And
keep them happy for years.
Exactly, and that's all we wanted.
Just on the, like, how did you find the field out there? It didn't cut up as bad as we thought.
No, it was soft in parts, but for the most part it held up very well. Considering the rain yesterday, and that was the fourth game of the day. Can have no complaints, and fair dues to the Chicago board here and the grounds people.
Great job.
All year, championship was flawless.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, the music has started in the background, Ultan, and it's going to be party on tonight. Niall Sharkey, you were like, I said to you after the game, you were like a lion out there today at number 3, and you played like a lion. It was a fantastic performance, and not an easy place to play.
No, definitely not. Myself and Grimesy, you're left in there, tucked in the side, it's very hard. There's a lot of space in there. From myself and Grimesy, conditions probably suited us in there. the ball kind of held up away so we get tight because they have a couple of standing forwards and it took Quinn on and then start pumping ball in long. So you're getting every type of ball. You're getting high balls into the corner, and they're taking you on. So it's a different type of ball game out here, but it's very enjoyable.
There you go. You'll enjoy tonight.
Absolutely.
Cathal, by Jay-Z will, Nicky, God help you. Cathal Finnegan, a great kick at the end of the game. We thought that might be the one to win it, and then the boys come up and Custard comes up with a Messi-like goal, but a great free in the pressure situation. You were getting plenty of abuse on the sideline.
Yeah, I wasn't in a great spot here now. It was just Pearson's. It was green when I turned around, but look, they're the shots you train all year for and practice all the way up from when we were young. It wasn't a case of just 13 players, like it was everyone, the subs coming on, like, and you seen that man there, the last minute of the game after running all day and still intercepts that ball.
Yeah.
And this lad running quicker than him beside him up the pitch. So no, in a fair place.
Unbelievable.
It was unbelievable.
When Custard, when you scored the goal, I said, goal for the Jones and Custard on top.
Custard creams it again.
Custard creams. Great goal, really well played. I mean, you were outstanding for the whole game, but a really cool finish in the finish there when it needed a cool head.
Yeah, well, I thought, time was up at that stage anyway, so I think if I fisted over the bar, the game was going to be over anyway, but it makes it more interesting, I suppose. It went at normal time, but no, you see what it means to have you now on the pitch now.
Amazing.
Couple of days now.
And you'll see what it means tonight and tomorrow.
Oh, geez, this week, surely.
Jack, great performance. Great to see your dad out. Pleasure to have him. Great performance by you all today. You're proud, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. We got hammered here the first game, and I suppose we were building from then, and everyone just kind of put their heads down and got together, and a lot of fellas are kind of trying to make distractions during the week for us and everything, and we just knew there was a big performance coming. Even at half time we were 2 down, but maybe that's what we needed, just be going in 2 down.
Yeah.
Pluck it away. It was probably our hardest game because it was a slower game really, but just dog it out. And
you have to be proud of yourselves the way you just hung in there and then you turned the screw in the second half. It was fantastic to watch. Callum, great performance, I have to say. Myself and Nicky were said at half time, one of the most improved footballers out here this summer, and proud of you as a Tulse man. You played a great performance today, played a great game. Well done.
Cheers.
What was it like out there?
It was tough. It was probably one of the most intense game I've ever played. These boys are playing, plenty of boys in our team are playing a lot higher than me level of football, and it's fucking a privilege for me to play with them. And the gel that we've made this summer has been fucking brilliant, and it'll be something I'll never ever fucking forget. And we'll enjoy it. I'll tell you that now.
Enjoy it. We have to give one call out to, and I can't see the little fucker. There he is, Jake Rispin, an absolute legend. He needs to talk to us for a second.
Co-captain. Yeah, we'll get him over here for a minute. But it's been a wonderful day, folks, and you get a sense of the atmosphere here at Gaelic Park in Chicago. Thanks, boys. Thanks, Niall. Great performance by both teams, I have to say. Shout out to the Pearses as well. They gave absolutely everything on the field today.
This fella here has the heart of a lion. You were calling him the small man all year. This man is the biggest man in this town.
Heart of a lion is right.
What a legend.
Jake, a wonderful performance. You must be as proud as Punch.
We're just happy to be here, and we're happy we can get the job done. Up the tones.
Up the tones. Well done.
Congratulations. Don't celebrate too much now.
All right. A wave to the Orfords over there as well. The Orfords are in from San Fran, so big welcome to those. So I'm going to sign off whenever Nicky gets out of the way. So our final broadcast from Chicago for this year, we might be on from Denver, and Nicky has somebody else there.
You're all right.
I think Nicky has somebody there.
Recovery.
No.
This man had a little accident a few weeks ago in Chicago, and it's great to see him out here today. It's great to see you.
Good to see you too, man. Yeah.
Is this Jack? Yes. This is Jack McLaughlin. Well, nice to meet you, Jack. Glad you're on the road to recovery. Unfortunate accident, but thanks be to God you're okay, and Tara's doing well as well. I gave her a shout out there during the match, so it's great to see you out here. Enjoyable summer only for that, I'm sure.
Yeah. It was a good old final anyway. It's amazing.
Very good final. Very good final. All right.
Enjoyable.
Jack, thanks a million for stopping by. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it from Chicago for tonight. Hope you enjoyed the stream. What a great evening. What a great day of football. And what a great atmosphere waiting for us on the patio. I'm sure you'll get plenty of photographs on social media and stuff like that. Thanks to Nicky. Thanks to Annie. Thanks to Mary up there in the booth. You can see her doing her stuff up there in the booth as she has been doing all year. And thanks to all the ground staff.
And to Erin, in fairness, Erin gave a...
Erin as well for timekeeper. Yeah, she done great work there. Paul Duggan for bringing us drink all year. And everybody else that helped out. Ground staff and all the staff in Gaelic Park. Thanks to them. Congratulations to the Tones. Congratulations to the McBrides and the Bridgets. It's been a great day of football and a wonderful standard of football, Nicky.
Absolutely.
I think we'll agree.
It's a great exhibition, great anyone seen it around the world. It's absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant.
I think any player that wants to come out next summer, that's thinking of coming out for the summer, I think it's a great place to come.
This
you'll
is
have a bit
definitely
of fun. You'll have great football, great hurling, great camogie, great ladies football. I think it's a great idea. I'd love to be a student coming out. Definitely
the place to be. I see Tom Mack over there. If Joni and all the Macks are looking in I will. And if all the Macks are looking in County Clare and County Clare, Tom Mack is here, and I think he's going sponsoring the first drink tomorrow morning. So anyway, on that note, thanks to everybody. Thanks to all the teams. Congratulations to the winners. Commiserations to the losers. Thanks to everybody that helped out.
We'll see you in Denver.
We'll see you in Denver with the help of God. And Kieran Patrick Chambers says, good night, Irene from Chicago. Good night, Irene, folks. We'll see you in Denver. God bless.
Hold on. I'd like to give one last shout out to Chicago GA. Absolute privilege of a summer. We're out.
Come on, Patrick. We'll see you inside.